out by the barn. I can't even find you. I can't even know you at all. Fine line crossed by the wind tide. Caught you when you're crying. Everybody trying on your dress. Just let the wind out. Everybody's trying to rewind it all again. And I can't even find you when you run right back to the arms of another man. You spin right back to the surface. It's a fire that we were steeped in it. Ready for the blast. We could live forever. I awoke from a dream in which I'd been asleep. All the colors and fiction of your broken ambition. In the city of light, in the season of sound. I don't know why you build it up if you're just gonna tear it down. But I'm wondering where our hearts collided, and wondering where our paths divided, and wondering such a lonely fight.
Pretty sure our microphones are on now.
I can't hear you.
You know why?
Don't make it super loud. My head is still hurting.
I know what I'm doing here, Alisa.
How do I mute? There we go. I'm just going to turn it all the way down and then I don't have to hear you at all.
I'll do that. There, we can still talk. They can hear us, but now we can't hear us. That's fun, huh?
I can still hear it because it's coming out of the hole in the front of your face.
That's true, it is.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. Now you can see us too.
There's a mouse pointer on my face.
Alrighty. Hello, hello, check 1, 2. I feel like it sounds weird, but I think it's okay. How you doing, Jennifer? How's your day going today? It's rainy, cold, yucky Saturday.
Yeah, it was yucky today. Started with a migraine, ending with a little bit of a migraine yet.
Yeah, the same thing tomorrow.
Well, hopefully, like, whatever the big change was, are you happy with yourself?
Why? What'd I do? What?
You are so silly.
Why? Nobody can see that but you.
I know, but you're doing it to bother me.
No, I didn't.
Really?
No, I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah. No, hopefully whatever the weather situation is that's going on right now, it's like done enough of its shift that it's not going to like cause any more head trauma, huh?
Yeah, we'll see.
Or any more Rollo trauma.
And that's never ending. New shawl. What shawl? What do you making? Bleh, what are you making? What are you working on? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. Good for you though. I can't be naughty and cast on anything new. I have to get the new knit along off the needle.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't cast anything new on for a while because those knit
Holy
alongs
cow, that thing is coming apart. He's unraveling it.
It was like that when I gave it to him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was coming apart already.
Chewed up. So yeah. Rollo, Boneyard. Okay.
Oh, what are you using for yarn? I feel like I should be knowing about this. I feel like we had this conversation.
She's over there.
Boneyard. I know she's right there, but I'm looking at Boneyard by Stephen West and thinking,
3 years ago. Huh.
Good for you. Frog it and get something new on the needles.
Yeah. Especially if it's something you've had for 3 years, at that point, just do it. Just something different.
It's okay. I understand. There's other yarns out there. I appreciate it though. Well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple.
I don't get to use them, so you might as well.
Yes, you do. Well, you have some.
I have some. I don't get to use them.
Yeah.
I felt like such a rebel because, you know, the whole time I had like the one skein of Arbor that we got when we were at the yarnery. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm knitting with contraband yarn. And then Brooklyn Tweed's like, yeah, sure, you can sell our yarn. And I'm like,
well, now it's mine.
Now it's mine, and it's not contraband anymore. Which I think that worked out just fine. So
I think so.
I will have to use a different contraband yarn. Yeah, I own some, but I don't really knit with them because I don't have enough time to knit with the stuff that I have. Stash doesn't go bad.
Unless there are moths or what else? What else eats yarn? Something else must eat yarn.
Oh, well, look at you. Are you like rotating all your projects? We need to get Becky to get that roulette wheel or whatever the Tinko going. The Tinko.
Tinko?
Oh, I should. Can I borrow your Drinko game?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna see if we can turn it into some sort of a prototype for a game idea Becky has.
There's one more letter in Drinko than there is in Tinko. Unless you.
Oh, that opens some more opportunities. We're just brainstorming. We're in the development. Maybe you need to be part of the development.
I've also got a shot glass roulette wheel that if you want to use that, because that's pretty good too.
Oh, that's right. Maybe I should just take all of the drinking games to the store and see how we can turn them into knitting games.
We've never used them as drinking games, so they might as well be knitting games.
Where did we get them at? Like TJ Maxx or
like
something?
Kohl's or something.
Yeah, it was somewhere like super duper discounted. Oh, good. You're welcome. Just count.
Mess up. Oh no.
Don't work on the Snape sweater then.
I feel bad now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to mess up because we're talking at them.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna need you to cut a couple inches off the back of my head tomorrow.
So can we phrase that as a question
No, I'm just
instead
saying.
of a voluntold?
I'm gonna need you to do that for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna do it myself. Which would you prefer?
I cut my own hair. It's fine.
Yeah. I need more
What are you
hats too, by the
saying?
way. You want me? I
I
fully
thought you were
trust you
going
to cut your own
about
hair.
me and my hair.
No,
about my
yours,
haircuts.
it turns out fine. Me, unless I'm doing bzzz, it's not going to work out quite right. My hair does this little flippy thing when it gets to be this length. It's always done
It's
that.
cute. Well,
It's
it's
like
because it starts getting down to your
Mary Tyler
collar
Moore.
line.
No, it just curls like
Aw,
that.
I love Mary Tyler Moore.
I know you do. Oof. All right. We're going to fade out Jimmy and the Lion, which he has not posted anything
Forever.
since the day after their last show. So I'm afraid his recovery is not going well, and he's
Have
not.
you checked on Instagram?
Yeah, he hasn't said anything anywhere in a couple months, probably. Makes me sad. I was hoping he'd show up on Twitch once in a while, but he hasn't done that either.
It smells like salmon in here.
See, I don't even smell it, but I think my nose is kind of stuffed up, and I don't.
So I get like the worst migraine that I probably had in like 2 or 3 years, and you get a stuffed up nose.
Yeah. Well, no, but it's because I'm drinking beer.
I would have some other issues if I drank some beer.
It gives me stuffed up nose.
Does
So-
it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Are you allergic to beer? Do you need to go and get
I don't care.
like? Is it Bart? Does he get shots for it? For
Bart
his
gets
allergies?
shots?
Yeah, because I think he's allergic to beer too.
No.
Yes.
He's not.
There's, I think well, there were, yes.
No. You can't be allergic to beer.
There's-
Beer's really good for you. Really? I've never heard this.
Well, I listen to our family when we are
He's
visiting
not my
with them.
family. He's my in-law family. The father of my super cute niece. Do you see the pictures that?
Mm-hmm.
She just looks like she's like super smart and alert and happy and smiley, and
You've
I don't
met
know.
her parents.
that's true. They're both super alert and smart. and alert. Well, they're not so alert anymore, but they used to be before they had the baby.
They still might be more alert than you on a normal day, though.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should we start a podcast?
Probably.
Let's do it. Jennifer, you ready to start a podcast?
She's stopped talking, so I think she's mad at you because
She's
you were
counting?
making her mess up her rose.
There will be, and we'll probably say this again, we will have a constant chewing and gnawing sound going on in the background.
Yeah, we will have to explain that situation
We will. All right. Oh, there's me pointing.
again and again.
I'm pointing at myself. That's pretty fun. Okay. Turn that down a little bit. Turn that there. We got the intro over here. We got that there. Okay. I'm going to turn our microphones off during the introduction music because otherwise you're going to go.
It's better than the scratching and pawing.
That's true for us. You're on row number 4. 4. This many. Okay, we're going to delay our recording for just a second. If you can't find a project bag at Firefly Fibers, there's something very wrong because there's like a million of them
She
there.
was looking at them the other night too and didn't get one because there are going to be more coming. That's like the stress right now is we have those really cool handmade ones that have our little logo on them, and you never kind of know like what's going to come next. Yeah, see, everybody's waiting now for the buckets.
Oh, there's buckets?
There's a bucket bag. Yeah,
I've got like 4 Homer buckets in the garage. I could bring those if you're looking for buckets.
You know, just stop at Rechex the next time you're in town and pick up one of their old frosting buckets. It'll work great.
Those are only like 50 cents.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah. All right. Microphone's back down. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
We're actually starting.
To the Alisa the Yarnista podcast. We are actually starting. You didn't think we were?
Well, sometimes you play the intro music and then you play it again.
No,
you play it to see if it's gonna play, and then I don't ever really know.
No, we're just jumping right in today. There's no messing around right now.
Well, it's late.
This is for real. It is a little bit late. We had some things going on. Welcome everybody to the podcast, episode number 109. My name is Mike. By my side, the other person talking that you can hear there is Alisa the Yarnista herself. How are you doing today, Alisa?
I am better than I was this morning.
What happened this morning?
I had the worst migraine that I've had in probably 2 or 3 years.
That bad?
It was bad.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad.
It was that bad.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I was, I could not see out of my left eye.
I have never experienced that.
No,
that
you have not. You just have
terrifying.
A stuffy nose because you've been drinking beer. So
beer.
I really don't have much sympathy for you.
That's the extent of my worries today is I drink some beer. Now, makes me a little stuffed up for some reason. I don't know why that is.
And then I haven't had a Saturday class in forever. And then I had a Saturday class today. So I'm like laying in bed with like an ice pack on my head. And like I need this to go away. And yeah, like sumatriptan didn't make a dent in it. So
did you have to take more?
I didn't take more because I needed to be awake for the class.
Oh, I suppose it makes you sleepy.
It makes me sleepy and it makes me have to pee. So
okay,
those do not necessarily work out the best when you're sleeping or much less teaching in class. So
that sounds horrible.
But the class was fun. We'll talk about that later.
Is it the weather? Do you think that's causing it?
Yeah, a friend of mine was really, really sick too. Yeah,
Same
she
thing?
was all night really sick too. So
yeah, and I think I've noticed it too. It's like cooling off.
Yeah,
and it's raining, so it's cool and humid. So by the way, before I just pause on this real quick, if you listen, well, maybe not too closely, but you may hear some chewing and gnawing going on in the background there.
It's out of necessity.
So speaking of cold and humid, it's because it's been raining. Rollo's freaking out, which is not an unusual occurrence, but it's especially bad today. So he is behind us right now. If you're watching on the live stream or on the video afterward, you can see him gnawing away at some bone thing.
He's chewing on a no-hide salmon chew, which it has no rawhide in it. My friend Becky got one for one of our friend's dogs, and I thought, oh, Rollo needs one. So it's salmon, vegetable gelatin, brown rice flour, organic eggs, olive oil, banana. Yeah, and bromelain, which is pineapple. So I think it's a preservative is what they use it for in here. So it's all natural. They're like a rawhide, but it's all natural, and it definitely has real salmon in it.
And it's keeping him occupied so he doesn't... hopefully interrupt us too much while we're
There's been digging and clawing going on all day.
He paws and claws at everything. He was like the box down there and the little monitor that was in here. He was pawing at that, and
he's got his shirt on. He has his new Fancy Thunder shirt on, and he's had Composure and he's had Rescue Remedy. There's just nothing putting a dent in it today.
So whatever, I think it's just the change in the weather is driving him crazy. It's giving Alisa a migraine. It's making all of my joints hurt. I was even just at the gym, I'm working out. And I'm like, I feel real good because I'm working out, but my shoulders and elbows, and yesterday I was doing legs, and so my knees and hips were just killing me. And that's not usually an issue for me, so I'm afraid either it means I'm getting old.
I guess the weather.
Or it just means that the weather's just extra bad right now. Something is going
I don't
crazy.
know that I've ever seen him this bad when he's been, like, when I've tried to, like, drug him up on composure and everything.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not that I'm getting old. I'm going to say it's not
you
that
are
I'm
getting old, but...
No, I think we got a long way before we're old. We got a good 50 or 60 years before we're old.
Another 2 or 3.
Wow, man. No, I don't want to be old. That sounds terrible.
Well, I am in the midst of having the torch handed off to me to plan a family vacation, so...
Sure. Well, that sounds fun, though.
Yeah.
You get to kind of figure out where you're going to go and what you're going to do. I mean, it's a lot of pressure. And being in charge is a lot of pressure. So maybe, I suppose, when you got different people with different desires and everybody wants to do a different kind of thing and want to go to a different kind of place.
They can figure it out. I'll get a roof over their head.
You're no longer in charge?
No, I'm in charge, but then once everybody's here, they can figure it out.
So you're in charge of the dwelling and not necessarily the activities.
Yeah.
I think that maybe sounds okay. So thank you, everybody, for joining us here. We're on episode number 109. As always, we do encourage you to shop locally at places like Firefly Fibers. However, if you're going to do some online shopping, make sure you first go to alisathe.yarnista.com. Over on the right-hand side, we've got our Amazon affiliate link over there. Click on that. It'll take you to Amazon where you're going to go shopping anyway. But when you put stuff into your cart and check out, there's a good chance that Amazon may give a little commission to us here at the show for sending you their way. It's a good way to support us here. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does allow us to pay for our web hosting and hopefully upgrade some of our equipment and do things like that. That's a lot of fun. If you would like to participate in the program, you can always send us an email. You can send it to send it to email at Alisa. Just email at Alisa. Just yell real loud.
That probably is not going to work.
No. Maybe you should send it to podcast at alisatheyarnista.com. And any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, thoughts for future episodes, anything you want to know or hear about us personally or professionally or whatever, that would be cool.
Yes, very cool.
Very cool. So I think at this point, at least we're going to go to this thing. I know you've got something on the news because I'm looking at it right now, but there's probably other things.
I feel like I'm not allowed to talk about this anymore because...
Oh, I just looked. You were working on something else before we started recording, weren't you?
No, this is what I've been working on since I sat down.
Oh, I thought there was something white. No?
No.
Maybe I was looking at Rollo. He's kind of pretty
There's
white
something else that I'm working on that's white that's not in here that I was not working on right before the show.
Oh, maybe that's what I was looking at.
But it wasn't in here.
No. Maybe it was just a something in my head, a vision that I had of the future that I could see.
No, this is... Well, now I have to talk about what it is.
Well, yeah, talk about what it is.
It's my Opal Advent sock.
Well, of course it is. Speaking of Advent, so... You're talking about how you're getting, or have you gotten the Advent things in this year, or when are they coming in for 2017?
Just to clarify, there are no more available before anybody is like beside themselves. Like,
in the entire world, there are no more of these available.
No.
They're gone.
No, they're gone.
That's what I just said. They're gone.
Shops were limited to 10 this year.
Yep.
So I got 3 last year, and this year they're limiting shops to 10, and they're gone.
So, speaking of the Advent things, I was at Costco yesterday.
Did they have a whiskey or a wine one?
No, they had a beer one.
Shut up. They need to have whiskey or wine.
They had... Let me tell my story. Man. So it was... Well, 24, obviously. 24...
Or this is what's on the needles.
We can talk about... This is whatever we want. So they had... It was all 24 beers from Germany. All of them like German imported beers. I don't know how much this thing was. I suppose it's 24 beers, so it probably weighed as much as a normal case does. It was $60, so I didn't get it because, I mean, that's what it was, $2.50 a beer. I'm like, it's cool, but I don't know that it's $2.50 per beer cool.
I can understand
I got some of my normal
Sierra Nevada
Hopalicious.
Oh, okay.
What is this from? It's from Madison, Ale Asylum in Madison, Hopalicious, and because it's a 12 pack for $14 or whatever it is. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. And people were looking at it, and I think they all kind of had the same thought that I did, that like it's a really cool, fun idea, but it's $60. And for a gift, maybe it would be cool, but I don't know that I'd want to spend that just to buy it and drink it myself.
The yarn advents are $110.
Maybe next time I'm there, if they have any left, I will purchase a beer advent calendar thing.
How about I buy you one? I was going to make you one. This sounds much easier.
How would you make one? That sounds like a lofty goal.
Well, Jennifer in the chat room said that her daughter-in-law made a beer advent calendar for her son last year. So we've talked about this at Knitting quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah. So how about I just buy you one?
Well, I might as well buy it myself. I'm going to be there next week probably.
Well, I wanted to buy it for you.
Oh,
I will
okay.
give you the monies and you will buy it for yourself. How about that?
Okay, that works too.
Because that's much easier than me trying to figure out how to make one. I can't remember what Jennifer said they
how
used.
You would do that. I would use 2x4s and plywood.
Really?
If I was going to build, yeah. Why not?
We need plywood for our couch too, by the way. We need to go to Menards and
I
get.
don't know if we. Yeah, it's fine.
Do you need a new couch?
No. Not buying a new couch. Go to AlisaTheYarnista.com and click on the Amazon affiliate link so we can buy ourselves a new couch.
I have a feeling pretty soon we're not going to be able to get up off the couch.
Just sink right in.
It's going to sink right in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
but
pretty
Jennifer,
comfy.
I can't remember what Jennifer said they used for for the thing last year. But I think to like put it together, it would be mailing tubes wrapped in Christmas paper and then taped together in the shape of a tree.
That sounds really complicated.
I know, right? Yours is $60. I will buy it for you.
Yeah. Maybe I'll. Yeah, and when I go on Untapped, my beer tracking app, social app, I would get 24 German beers that I probably have never had before. I'll unlock like 8 badges.
How many things could you get on the beer thing, on the beer scratch-off poster they got you for your birthday?
I'm not scratching those.
Well, yeah, but you could put it in a frame, and you could do something to put like a little like sticker or something on the front of them.
Something, yeah. He does this, if you can, I don't know if you can hear the panting going. He gets real excited about that bone, and he has to, I don't know what's happening.
It's so good. I mean,
it's yeah.
Salmon and bananas. Who doesn't like salmon and bananas?
It does sound pretty good, actually. So, what are you working on right now?
I'm working on an Opal Advent sock. That's what I'm not allowed to talk about.
How about that? No, you're allowed to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
So I'm on. So I've already gone through like number 18?
I don't
17.
know.
24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So yeah, I've gone all the way through 17. Because I have 7 colors left for my last like pair that I'm going to do that are going to be matching. So I'm going through and I'm knitting the rest of like the leftover bits. So this one is 6, I think. Yeah, this one's 6. So I have 6, 7, and 8 in my bag.
Are you getting a new one this year?
Yeah, I am.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
You better hurry.
So I have 6, 7, and 8 in here. I can't knit on the new. The Advent calendars are coming. If anybody's looking for them and you can maybe find them, I think there was a delay to the U.S. distributors. So I think they're arriving at my distributor on Monday of this week, and then they're going to get shipped out. And we're assembling them at the store because I mean that's going to delay shipment to us if they assemble them there, and then increases the shipping costs because they're big, because they're books this year.
Well, and is it?
Yeah, they're books.
Because I
so
broke down
like,
the box from last year. It was really cool how that thing all folded up and went
Yeah.
together in all the various compartments and everything on the inside. There's some work that goes into designing and figuring the whole thing out.
Yeah, so this
really neat.
Because we only got 10, we're doing them only in store because like shipping them would be really expensive because it's a book that folds open, so there's 12 on one side and 12 on the other side. So it's going to be I'll show it off when I get it.
Sure.
But yeah, we're out. So everybody's claiming them too. Everybody that was like, "Hey, I want one," because we offered them to our sock club, and everybody that wanted one is actually claiming them. So I have a wait list. But so if anybody doesn't claim them, I'll move over to the wait list. But that is not looking to be the case right now.
No, I wouldn't expect that.
So yeah, they're Yeah, I should have kept them all and just sold them on eBay for like $500.
Next year.
Next year, that's what
Plan
we'll
for
do.
next year. Put it, make a note.
Yeah, no. I want the knitters to have them. They're really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on that. The other thing I'm working on, the cocoa knits class is going really, really well. Everybody's having a lot of fun, and I had a little bit of a setback. So, but I'm back on track. My Franca in techno, I was informed yesterday by one of my friends that there's a fair chance that I'm going to end up getting like petted while I'm wearing this because it's just so like soft and cushy and
Not sure how
cuddly.
I feel about that.
I'm not sure either, but I think it is likely because the techno is just so squishy and so it's nice yarn. So it's working up really nice. I'm about, I think, 10 rows from the sleeve divide, so I'm hoping at that point it's gonna go faster. I'm almost through the second ball, so I'm almost on the third ball. I think it's 10 balls is what the pattern is. And that's about it. That's really all I have the knit along. I can't talk about it and I can't show it because that's a secret. But it's going to be 2 different options. I'll say that. So, yeah. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow and Monday is trying to get those finished
Get that
up.
done.
So I can hopefully launch on Tuesday, but we'll see.
So now that you've announced it to the world, it has to happen on Tuesday.
It might be happening on Tuesday.
Might be.
That's my goal. My goal. It depends on how fast I can knit.
You can knit pretty fast. I've seen it.
I can.
It's true.
So, yeah, but I've been working on my sweater and my sock, and that's about it.
That's the end?
That is kind of
So
the
you
end.
want
Oh, I
to
finished
purchase-
my... I finished that hat.
What hat?
Oh, that hat was finished last week, too. It's just been... I wove the ends in on my techno hat that I knit.
Oh, the square one?
Yeah.
Whatever?
And I think it's still a little bit damp because I didn't spin it out in the dryer or in the washing machine or anything, but...
And now it's 98% humidity outside, so it's
Yeah.
going to take some time to dry. Although the heat has been running occasionally. It's not like super dry. But it's nice because I don't have to put the microphones... I probably still will, but I always put the microphones away in a drawer in a little... The little cloth sack that they came in with some dry... With the... What is it? The silica packets to keep the microphones dry. But now going into winter, I don't have to do that really so much because it's so dry in here anyway. It's they can just stay out all the time, which saves me a whole probably 30 seconds a week in setup time.
Yep, and you are all about time efficiency.
It's true.
Yep. So, yeah, that's all the excitement I have about what's going on the needles right now.
I think it all sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, I have the 2 knit along projects, but yeah, those are... I'm really excited about those.
What else is exciting, Alisa?
I'm waiting. There we go.
I had to get myself another beer because we're not putting this on YouTube so they can't demonetize us. Actually, we can't monetize anyway, so we can do whatever we want. We could do some hardcore drugs on here and they couldn't demonetize us because we're not monetized to begin with.
Let's not do that.
No, I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying we could. You know, if we chose to do something like that, we could because it wouldn't affect us at all. But if you would like to purchase Techno or the needles to make the Techno sweater.
Ooh, or a Bink waffle bag, because we have Bink waffle bags now at the store.
That's fun to say.
Bink waffle?
Bank waffle.
Bink.
Bink?
Not bank, Bink.
Oh, bank. I like bank waffle. We'll call them bank waffle.
No, except they're called Bink waffles.
Not in my world.
This is what I was hurrying up to order when we were on our way back from Cadott.
If you want to buy a bank waffle bag, go to fireflyfibers.com. You can do that because that's the local yarn shop that Alisa and I own right here in our town of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. If you order at least $100 worth of stuff,
and you're in the United States,
and you're in the United States of America, you will get free shipping on that entire order. If you're not in the United States, it'll be slightly more because you have to pay a little bit for shipping. But trust me, it's well worth it to order at least $100 worth of stuff or more.
And I think we have, there's it on our shipping page. It says that we have free shipping to Canada too. For the threshold's higher. I can't remember if it's $250
Really?
or $300. Yeah,
That's news to me. When did that start?
July, I think.
Really? July?
Mm-hmm.
How come you didn't share this neat thing with me?
Well, it's not $100. So, but yeah,
Well,
if you're in
no,
Canada,
but
I can't. It's $250 or
man.
$300. I can't remember.
Do you ship it in a burlap bag like we get everything else from Canada?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Canadians are like extremely like, and this is I've talked to Jane Richmond about this. Canadians are very like very much about like conservation and recycling and all of that. So like their shipping packages are very different than ours.
How is though like a burlap bag any better or more conservational?
Oh, I'm sure it's more eco-friendly than cardboard, than corrugated cardboard. Yeah.
Is it? But
Oh,
you
I'm sure.
But like cardboard, I mean, what is burlap made out of?
We could
'Cause-
ask Siri, but we'd probably get a wrong answer
I mean,
because apparently
so
Siri was
try it.
upgraded. But
'Cause, I mean, like cardboard, you leave that in the rain, it'll break down and be nothing in a
but
week.
it's making it into it because it takes a lot more
the
energy to
production
make
of
it.
it.
Yeah. Hey Siri, what is burlap made out of?
I don't
Let me check
know.
that.
Oh.
My web search turned something up for what is burlap made out of.
Well, good.
I-
I could have done my own web search, Siri. Thanks a lot.
I don't like the voice of the new Siri.
It's exactly the same.
No, it's not.
It sounded the same to me.
She doesn't sound the same.
Did I tell you? I think I told you that
I feel like she's not going to call me superstar, right?
the girl who did, or the woman who did Siri's voice followed me on Twitter for a while. I'm not sure that she still does, but
It is a woven fabric, usually made from skin of the jute plant.
jute?
Yep.
What is jute? Hey Siri, what is jute? We're going down a rabbit hole of
Wikipedia.
Siri
Jute is a
questions.
long, soft, shiny vegetable fiber that can be spun into coarse, strong threads. It is produced primarily from the plants of the genus Cocorus, which was once classified with the family Tilicaceae something, and I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Job. So, yeah. It's a plant fiber made for, yeah. So, it's a plant fiber. And it's minimally processed, I'm sure.
I mean, cardboard is a plant fiber.
Yeah, there's so much
So maybe
that goes into
burlap is-
turning a tree into paper.
Yeah, but I suppose burlap is more easily reusable and will last longer, kind of like paper money or whatever.
Well, and that was the big controversy for a long time too in the textile industry. All of the bamboo, it's bamboo,
Yeah,
which
and it's not really,
and it wasn't bamboo. By the time it was like taken to the point where it was turned into like a nice soft fabric or a nice soft yarn, it wasn't even like recognized as bamboo on a molecular level. So it was essentially rayon.
Yeah, I mean, cardboard obviously is different. It's like paper is all cardboard is. It's wood pulp, and it's
Not as highly processed,
Not
but
even
it is. There's a lot
close.
of chemicals that go into it. So,
Yeah.
but
So how do we get off on this track? I don't even know how we ended up here.
oh, the Briggs and Little order came in.
Oh yeah. So I'm all confused.
I
now.
am too.
Man, we're all messed up now. So, but the point being, go to fireflyfibers.com, buy some stuff. It's
Canadian
amazing.
shipping free.
Canadian
Yeah,
shipping.
for
Oh, yeah.
some amount I can't remember.
Elisa is in
It's
charge of the
$250 or
entire
$300.
website. So spend at least $300 and make sure you get free shipping no matter where you are in the Canada or the United States of America.
I'm gonna look on the website so I can.
Elisa's going to look on her own website that she built that she doesn't know.
But I mean, we do first class international. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. It's I think $16.95 the Canadian rate. So
You won't pay more than $900 for shipping.
no, definitely not.
No matter where you are in the world. So make sure you spend at least $1,800 and you won't spend more than $900 for shipping.
So for Canadian order, $74.99, and under international first class is $16.95. $250 and over is free shipping.
$250.
Yep, and then
That's not
if you
bad.
want priority, we do $36.95 for any amount.
Cool. So go ahead and do all of those things.
Yeah.
At least there's a whole bunch of jars in the kitchen.
Apples, apples, and more apples.
There's jars in the kitchen.
Always.
Full of
Anyway.
something.
Apples.
But I mean, there's jars down there.
Yeah.
And they're full of things.
They're full of apple sauce.
And
Rosemary apple jam.
I haven't tried. Have you tried it?
I tried like a little bit that was left over. When I was making the applesauce, I made I did I think like 3 batches one day. So all the leftovers, and this was last Sunday. So all the little like bits of the leftovers, I took and blended them up with kimchi, because Michelle has a recipe for kimchi applesauce, which you are still like all kind of weird about it, but it's
weird.
good.
I mean, it's not awful. I would rather have kimchi. I would rather have applesauce. Those two things separate are really good. Combined, I mean, it's not awful. It was good on, what did we have it on?
We had it on some eggs, and then or I had it on some scrambled eggs for breakfast, which I thought was good because I like putting ketchup on my eggs sometimes.
But I thought there was something else that we...
Yeah, and then the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah,
but that also had bacon in it, so that
it was
makes it really good too.
Good. I mean, it wasn't like like apples when you cook them down, or applesauce you cook it down. Don't you like replace like sugar with applesauce or something like that from time to time? Like in cooking, not you specifically, but eggs.
You can replace eggs with applesauce sometimes.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Some moisture, but you can. Yeah. I use it sometimes as a sweetener too, like in cakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. I thought it was really good, the Brussels sprouts. I mean, they had bacon in it, which is fine, but I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But like trying it on its own, I don't know. It was not awful. I will say that.
No, it was. I was kind of what I was expecting, but it was better than I thought. And I'm like, well, I want more things to put this on because it's one of the sauces in the new Ready or Not cookbook, but there's only one recipe that you use it on. Maybe it might be good on chicken. Like maybe is for like dipping chicken in or something like that. I don't know.
Like a fried chicken, maybe?
Yeah.
Not like a boneless, skinless chicken breast, but like a chicken.
I don't know. Maybe it might be good
thigh.
for that too. Like as a barbecue sauce replacement. Might be okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that
maybe I will, because Michelle.
If you made it, I would eat it, but I don't think that sounds.
Maybe I'll send Michelle a message and say, hey, I made this and I really, really like it, but it's only good for like a week. So how do I use all of this within a week unless I'm gonna have Brussels sprouts every day?
What else can we?
Because
put that
what
on?
else do you use this on? Because it's an actual recipe in her book, and everything Michelle makes is good.
Well, because you started was the 5 weeks?
I'm going to. I haven't started that yet.
Oh, it hasn't started that yet?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think it's one of the recipes. But the only one of the recipes in the cookbook uses the kimchi applesauce. So it might be good on salmon. Okay. All right. You sounded like Tina there.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that sauce.
Been eating a lot of kimchi though.
The kimchi is real good.
Yeah. It's a really, really good recipe, I think.
And that's in the yellow book?
Yep.
So if you
it's only in the yellow book. It's not on her website. It's not on the interwebs.
The yellow Nom Nom
Ready or
Paleo
Not
book. Look that up. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good book. So there's that. And then I made 19 pints of applesauce. And I have 19 pints of applesauce. I think 3 quarts of dried apples. 6 half pints of the rosemary apple jam. And then I have apples in the fridge. I think I'm going to do another batch of jam with it too. So we have some maybe for sharing. So yeah, they're really good. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was like a bushel of apples though is like a lot of apples, people.
Oh yeah. No, a bushel basket's a big basket.
Yeah. Yeah, this came in 4-pack bags, so yeah, it was a lot of apples. So yeah, that's really all I've been doing have I really cooked anything else this week? Well, last night was kind of a disaster. Well, the first run of last night was a disaster. Oh, when my Pyrex pie plate just like
I
exploded.
Still don't understand how that happened, because if you were taking tell the people, tell everybody what happened. and then I will say my thing.
I was roasting. I was making the what is the ancho chili tomato soup chicken dough. I don't know. It's one of the recipes in the new Ready or Not cookbook too.
Of course it is, which is really good.
I thought the soup.
So can I just say that we talk about Michelle Tam and her Nom Nom Paleo and the Ready or Not?
Yes.
Ready or Not books. We don't get like a kickback on this
No.
or anything. It's just that it turns out that she's real good at what she does. And the recipes are all really good. And so it's a lot of what Alisa makes because one, it's fairly simple most of the time, but it's always really good. And you kind of rely on the fact that if you're going to make something out of these books, it's going to be good. So we're not making any money on this. We might post a thing up on for Amazon once in a while, maybe to make some money on it. But yeah, this is
Most of it's just because I have, a huge like foodie crush on her.
Yeah, we're not getting kickbacks for sending people to the Nom Nom Paleo website or anything like that.
It's not even like promoting like paleo eating or anything. It's just the food is just good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a lot of paleo cookbooks because everything is gluten free and it's easy enough if you're like, hey, it's a burger. I want to put a slice of cheese on it. I can, unpaleo it and still eat it. Yeah. But I mean, for you, it goes kind of along with some of the food that you eat for working out. Yep. So, but yeah, no, we don't get anything from it. I always joke that, I'm a little bit of a stalker, but no.
If we're making money on something, we will tell you. We will disclose that.
Yeah, nobody tells us to. Nobody tells us to talk about Michelle. That's of my own free will.
You know what? Now that we're talking about this, maybe we should. Why are we spending so much time talking about Michelle and all of her books and recipes, and we're not getting anything for it? For all the millions of listeners we have, we should get like a couple $100 a week for talking about this. We bring up Michelle pretty much every single week. I'm going to send an email and say, Michelle, we're going to stop talking about you unless you give us some money.
And P.S., can you tell us what else you use the kimchi applesauce on? Thanks.
Mostly that
Love,
one.
Alisa. Yeah, I was so bummed that we couldn't make it to when she was doing her book tour. I would have loved to have gone to one of her book signings.
Was she in the area?
She was in Chicago on like a Saturday night. We barely could have made it there, I think, is what it would have been like. And I'm like, I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, that would be
close.
Tough. I drove to Mall of America to see Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was pretty good. I got my picture taken with him and everything. It was pretty good.
So the situation last night, I was roasting some tomatoes in the oven in a glass pie plate. And when I took them out to dump them into the pot of the onions and peppers and garlic that I had been sauteing in the soup kettle, it just fell apart. Everywhere.
So if somebody can explain the physics behind this, because I can understand, and I've seen where you're doing, like you've got a boiling container, whether you're doing chemistry. This is where I first saw was in high school. You take a boiling beaker, you got it on over top of the flame and the heat, and you drop it in some cold water. Yeah, it's going to shatter. But here you were just holding it in the air.
It was fine in the liquid. As soon as the liquid hit like the side of the pie plate, then that's what it just like all started falling apart from that point.
What liquid was hitting the pie plate?
The juice from the tomatoes that was in the bottom of the pan.
Pouring out of the pie plate into something else.
I was pouring it into the kettle.
But what hit the pie plate?
Nothing. It was just the tomatoes pouring out of it.
Well, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
There was no
went everywhere.
Sudden change in temperature, and it's like a super thick Pyrex type glass.
Yeah, it was.
You shouldn't do that.
It was everywhere. So yeah, I took a picture of it, and I was so excited too because I came home and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna. And she does not. Disclaimer: Michelle does not tell you to roast the tomatoes in the oven. I thought, I'm getting this other stuff done because I didn't have roasted tomatoes. She said you can use, use a can of roasted tomatoes or 2 medium tomatoes and roast them yourself in the oven. So I'm like, well, you know what? I don't have roasted tomatoes, but I have canned tomatoes, so I'm just gonna roast them in the oven a little bit before. Yeah. So the second can did not get roasted.
Oh, it didn't?
No, I just dumped them in there. At
And
that
it
point, I
worked
think
out.
I might have put some smoked paprika in there to make it a little like they were roasted or something. But I was like, I'm not chancing any of that again.
And it worked out beautifully.
And I also did not have another glass pie plate that was
It was
available.
delicious.
Yeah. So, well, and I thought I was so excited when I got home because I'm like, this is a great idea. It was cold and rainy, so I thought this is perfect. It's some soup. It's going to be nice to have something warm to eat. Because originally I was having you get a chicken because I thought, oh, we're gonna have chicken and then a salad, and I'm like, I don't want anything cold.
Yeah.
I just wanted soup. So yeah, so it ended up working out. But yeah, that was a disaster. So I had to have you stop at the store on the way home and pick up the Roomba because I thought the Roomba would do a really good job getting the glass up off the floor, and it did.
Well, I don't think
So-
there was any glass on the floor. I think you got all of it before that happened.
I got most of it off of the
Yeah.
floor. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, that was. So my plan was to come home and make something super duper easy, and then while the soup was like simmering on the stove, then I was gonna sit down and knit and wait for you to get home with the chicken to add to
all
it.
like relaxing. and
Yeah, it was gonna be a
calm
relaxing evening,
and- yeah.
not like cleaning up glass and taking it out to the garbage and then.
Luckily, Pyrex breaks a little bit differently
Yeah.
than most other kinds of glass.
Yeah, then like a wine glass that
Yeah.
shatters everywhere in teeny tiny little shards. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're down a pie plate. You wanted to get rid of stuff, so
Well, not things we have one of.
yeah.
Everything else can probably go, but things we have one of, those we want to hang on to. Anything else?
I don't think we have anything else that I've been doing in the kitchen. Did I
No.
make anything else? Oh, I made the sheet
don't
pan
know.
chicken fajitas again on Monday. Those I highly recommend. Those are on the
Those are really good.
those are on the on Michelle's website. And I can definitely I don't think I had tried them yet, but I can definitely recommend the Siete grain-free paleo tortillas as well.
Siete as in 7?
Yes. Yes.
Is that the name? Is that the brand?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're out of Texas and they ship everything cold packed and free shipping. Yeah, they're really, really good.
Yeah, they're okay.
For me, since I don't get that,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I think they're amazing. So,
You know what, Elisa? Let's talk about some knitting canoes. We've only got one story to talk about this week. Headline, Technology Fueling Knitting Renaissance in Auckland. Stitchers say Auckland, New Zealand. And I don't know why so much of our knitting news comes from not the United States. It's always most of it comes from England for some reason. Otherwise, Australia, New Zealand. For whatever reason, there's not as much that comes out of the United States. And I don't know why that seems to be.
I don't know. I can't say either.
Knitting is making a comeback in Auckland with membership numbers swelling in some clubs. While many old practices like letter writing have succumbed to the pressures of the digital world, knitting clubs have thrived with the help of technology. Auckland Knitting Group's Megan Mills says she had been running free knitting classes out of her Western Springs home twice a month for more than 10 years. This woman is doing knitting classes in her home. That sounds like craziness to me.
Why? If she enjoys it.
Yeah, but she's got what she said,
Oh, she's
20
Portuguese
people?
knitting too.
She what?
She's Portuguese knitting.
Okay.
She got the yarn looped around her neck.
Huh. I don't know what that is.
It's Portuguese style knitting.
Well, apparently she's very happy about her Portuguese knitting. She was recently forced to split her group into 2 separate classes as she couldn't fit everyone in her lounge, which seats about 20. So she can put 20 people in her lounge, which I assume is New Zealandish for living room. I don't know what else that would be, but if she can put 20 people in her living room,
It's bigger than her store.
she had to split it up, and now she's got 2 different sets of groups coming into her home to learn. But she said the knitting group had remained relevant and was experiencing membership growth because of its willingness to use technology. The group used YouTube tutorials as well as blogs and websites to learn new techniques and share ideas. We're all connected to a global community of knitting now. It's like nothing I've dreamed of when I was a kid. The digital shift has been a tremendous boost, and I think it was more was in more danger of becoming a dead art before this tech boom, which I can definitely see. You know what I mean? Because we've had the store for, what, 7 years at this point?
Yep.
And pretty much technology, whether it's social media, and they mentioned YouTube and stuff like that, has been a pretty integral part, I guess.
And Ravelry.
And Ravelry in running the business.
There isn't a single day that goes by that I'm not like looking on Ravelry for something, or trying to find like a yarn or a yarn substitute, which, I mean, that's made it like tremendously easy for that kind of stuff, is that I can easily I can find a substitute, see what other people have used. But yeah, I mean, we use social media all the time, Facebook and Instagram.
We'll use Facebook before the store was even opened.
Yep. Yeah, we had the Facebook. That was our way of communicating with everybody, like what was happening when we were going to be opening.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun.
Well, and it's kind of a necessity at this point, especially in a situation like we're in, when you are in a small town and, you know, in a downtown area. We're not like in a strip mall, or we're not like near Walmart or something like that. So the only way you kind of let people know where you are and things are happening is social media type stuff.
Well, and I still have people coming in that live in Beaver Dam that say, "Oh, did you just open?"
Yeah, seven
years ago.
Had social media and the web, like internet and stuff, not been around, we'd have like 2 customers because nobody would know about it. I mean, word of mouth obviously is a huge part of it as well. But we just had a lady come down from Appleton today, and she did a web search, you know, looking for yarn shops along the way between Appleton and Madison.
Yep.
And she found the store, and she came in with her husband, and you know, they did some shopping and whatnot. But it's a huge part of how businesses run at this point.
Well, and technology, I mean, we have customers all the way. We have repeat customers in Japan.
Sure.
And New Zealand.
Yeah.
I don't know if this lady might be one of them.
She might be. That'd be awesome.
But yeah, it's always cool to me when I see like repeat customers from, like, I mean, especially like if somebody from Japan that's ordered a lot, like, it's just really cool to see that. Yeah, it's interesting. And then, you know, it connects people and makes people feel more like, you know, the world isn't as big as it really is. The world's a lot smaller than we feel like it is.
When you can talk to somebody on the other side of the world, whether it's through instant messages or a phone call or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I get an email from somebody, you know, in like a totally different country, and I respond to them, and then 2 seconds later there's an order, and I'm like, that's amazing to me.
Yeah. It's very cool.
So yeah. And we were talking about the as far as like bringing technology into the store now with the Cocoa Knits class.
Yeah.
We've got, it has like a complimentary video that comes with it. So we're streaming the Cocoa Knits creator, Julie Weisenberger, into the classroom.
Yeah.
So she's helping teach the class, and it's really, really fun. So.
Yeah, so you can bring stuff like that in. She talks about the YouTube tutorials, which we have talked about a little bit from time to time. So if you out there would like Alisa to do YouTube tutorial about some knitting technique or tips and tricks, send an email, podcast at alisatheyarnista.com, and maybe we'll do that.
With what you would like us to do.
Yeah, let us know, because anybody that's taken a class with Alisa knows that she's a good teacher. And I think we could really do some fun stuff with that. So send us an email, or catch us on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Let us know if there's something, some method or technique or something that you would have questions about, would like Alisa to demonstrate or talk about. Let us know, because we might be able to put something together.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked today, like a lot of the stuff that we talked about today in class too. I think some of that would be good. Like we talked about some blocking stuff and some just techniques because we had colorwork class today, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, we had some seasoned knitters in there, and it was fun because today's class, it was like everybody that was in there, they've all knit colorwork before. They just wanted to be better at it. They wanted to have more even tension. And so we got to really and it's always kind of fun in that scenario, because then we can talk more about, you know, the technical aspects of it.
That's interesting.
So yeah, we were able to talk about some of that stuff with it. So that's always a really fun class anyway, but
yeah.
Yeah, I love the color work classes.
It seems like it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, because everybody already knows how to do what you're doing. It's knitting. It's just a matter of putting two colors together at the same time.
Adding a new thing, a new technique to it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we're at a good spot. Got a late start, so I think we want to wrap it up.
I think so.
Bind off.
Yeah, it's we got a late start today with my napping.
We took a little nap. Yeah, I'm trying to
my nap
fend
after
off
work
or
and
beat off the what do you call it the
migraine
headache. Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us here on episode number 109. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, send us an email, podcast at alisatheyarnista.com. If you want to find out what Alisa is doing and keep up on things between now and next week, make sure you go to that very same website up in the upper right hand area. All the social media stuff is there, Facebook and Ravelry and Twitter and Instagram. You can find all of that. Also, you can probably find, I don't know when it's going to be, tonight, tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do another post about my Extra Life stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience from last year. I'm going to talk about kind of what I'm hoping to do this year and why I'm doing it and stuff like that. I don't know what it's going to all entail or how long it's going to be, but you can find out more about Extra Life doing that. Speaking of that, if you go to the website, the blog there on the right-hand side, I do have...
You did put it on there.
Yep, I have a link to the donation page if you'd like to donate toward Extra Life, which again goes... the money that I collect is going towards Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, and it funds things like... equipment at the hospital. It funds, kids with diabetes, kids with cancer, kids with, any of these diseases that can be cured, whether the families can afford it or not. The money will go towards that and help those kids out. November 4th, yes. I believe it is.
Yes.
Is going to be my actual marathon day. So 24 hours between, I'm going to start probably 10 a.m. on the 4th, going through 9 a.m. She's not laughing at me, by the way. So 10 a.m. starting November 4th, Saturday through 9 a.m. on Sunday. I'm going to be doing my Extra Life Marathon, 24 hours of video games. You can watch that the entire 24 hours if you want to on my twitch.com/big_Mike_Mike. You can see that all there. I am going to have some prizes. So I'm going to draw some prizes. I think I'm going to do that right after my stream. So that drawing will happen like around 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. I'm going to bake some cookies. You want to win a dozen cookies baked by me? I'm going to do like probably 3 of those. I'm going to have some Steam games. I'm going to have some packages and some, I don't know, probably a couple of those. So I'm going to, Extra Life phone case. If you
saw that.
Yeah, if you have a smartphone, these things are really sharp, really cool, really well made. It's a wooden phone case. They have like a rubber bumper. So if you got an Apple phone, you've got a Samsung, you've got a Windows phone, you can get those. So all kinds of fun stuff that you can win if you donate.
Would it fit on my flip phone? That is a Samsung.
It would not fit on your flip phone. It's got to be a smartphone.
Okay.
But for every increment of $15 you donate, so if you donate $45, you'll get 3 entries into these drawings. It's pretty fantastic. If you live in Beaver Dam or the area, you can come and pick up your cookies probably at Firefly Fibers. If you don't, I'll ship them to you. That's fine. You might end up with cookie crumbs at the end, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
How long have you been waiting the whole episode to say that?
That's the way my brain works.
Pull that out?
I'm very clever, Lisa. So anyway, go to the AlisaTheYarnista.com. On the right-hand side, I think it's toward the bottom. I might move it toward the top temporarily until we get through Extra Life. But it's a little thermometer thing. You can click on that. It'll take you to my donation page. Those donations are tax deductible as a 501c3 charity organization. You can do that. Please do that because I think it's amazing. It's a great thing, I think, and I'm super happy to participate in that. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I can't wait. I wish I could do that every weekend. But I'll probably do it once.
You need more than you can't have 24 hours of gaming every single week. That's too much.
I probably could. So anyway, there's that. if
we're
you
out of
wanna-
music, or should you just pause it?
Oh no, we're out of music. I'm gonna start. I'll start over. So, otherwise, Patreon. If you want to sign up, go to patreon.com/Alisa the Yarnista. $5 a month. You can come and see us as we record the show live. Also, get you access to the recorded version or the video version after the fact as well, and some other fun things that happen from time to time. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, bind it off, get out of here. I might eat a pizza or something.
I might go to bed.
And do some audio editing, do some video editing, because that's how I spend my Saturday nights. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate you spending the time here. We really do. I know I say that a lot, but that anybody listens to this, I think, is absolutely amazing. So we love all you. We appreciate that you're here, whether you're in the car, whether you're at home watching us live,
Going for a walk.
whatever you're doing while you're watching and or listening, I think is fantastic and amazing.
You're just all about the feels tonight, aren't you?
I am, because Extra Life is coming up, and Extra Life makes me really happy. I love the Extra Life stuff. I really do. So I will work on that probably tomorrow, maybe tonight if I get the urge to do so. If the
He's downstairs throwing a fit now.
Is he? Oh, nice. So anyway, we're going to go see what Rollo's up to and make sure he's not getting into too much trouble. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate it. We will see you all in a week.
Cheers.
It's the change. Oh, it's the change.
I should do what with my spare time? Sit at home knitting cunning sweater sets?
I stopped the recording before I turned the microphones back up, so I will have to figure something out.
You stop the
Or
recording.
just not worry about it.
Oh, so we can't talk to Jennifer now?
No, that we can do, but
Oh.
just over on the audio side, I didn't record, so I could do the noise reduction, but that's okay. I think we'll
Jennifer,
live.
tell Matt thank you. Scientist Matt. I read that while we were recording, and I thought, oh my gosh, Scientist Matt. Who's Scientist Matt? And then I'm like, oh, that's the Mister.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a big temperature difference, which is what should have caused that. Just pouring liquid out of it, it shouldn't have done that. But yeah, if there was
I wonder if there was a crack in it. It's old. I think I got it from my grandpa.
Well, your grandpa's still around. It's not going to be a week old as far as...
I think I got it from my
It's
grandpa
old.
when I got my Honda Civic.
So it's been around for a while.
And they had it for a while, I'm sure. So, oh, yay for you to get your daughter a neti pot.
Yeah.
That was part of my saving grace this morning too, because I once I was able to get up and go and get in the shower, I can hardly turn my head right now because I'm so tight through here.
Yeah.
It's all the way down my neck. But once I got in the shower this morning, at hot steam, I could feel everything just kind of loosening a little bit here. So I know it's it's weather related, and I know I'm puffy here. It hurts, but once I was able to use my neti pot, that felt so good.
I consider myself very fortunate. I don't have to deal with migraine headaches
and a Rollo at the same time
or any of that stuff. Yeah, pretty lucky.
Yeah, he was clawing me while I was laying in bed.
How do you just randomly have neti pots laying around the house? That you just forgot about? How does that work?
Huh.
That's pretty lucky.
If I thought I think I'm pretty well prepared, and I don't even have I do have an extra neti pot now, not a brand new one, but I had to go get a neti pot when we were in Colorado because I forgot mine, and I thought, oh, it'll be fine, and no, here's me down at the general store trying to find a neti pot in Grand Lake, Colorado, and there's not really a whole lot of holistic kind of stuff there.
Grand Lake seems like a place that they should have 1,000 different kinds of neti pots. A whole store of just neti pots.
Well, I asked one of the ladies at the counter, and she looked at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be miserable because it's so dry that I have to use it. So I ran
A hose?
So I ran around the store again one more time just to look, and I was like, "Whoa!" The gods were singing. There were 2 neti pots on the shelf, and it was with all of the. They had like a whole little like rack of like essential oils and stuff. So yeah, so I got that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've had all sorts of people in and out of your house over the last few years, so yeah, who knows? It would be nice if you found something that was like more like exciting and valuable than like a neti pot, right?
Well,
but right now I was probably, you know, like the singing I had when I was in Grand Lake at the grocery store too.
tear into the walls. Sometimes people hide money in the walls.
Oh.
All right, should we wrap up?
Yeah, I think I might go to bed.
What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Holy cow, it's after 9 already.
9:15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in a house, our house is well over 100 years old. Somebody at some point probably hid some cash in the walls. I might just start tearing through walls at some point.
You know, whatever's living in the wall in the bedroom probably already made a nest out of it. That's probably why there's like whatever in the wall squeaking.
Extra insulation. All right, Jennifer, thanks for hanging out with us here for the last hour and
Thank you.
10 minutes-ish. So thank you all. Anybody who's watching the recorded version of this, appreciate you hanging out here. As I said earlier, Alisa thinks I'm sappy, but I truly mean it. And that you are contributing to our Patreon each and every month, I think is amazing and fantastic. And that you do it is humbling and awesome.
It is. It's very awesome.
So thanks. See you, Jennifer. See everybody else. Have a good week.
Night.
We'll see you next week.